We are still 2 months away from the biggest party of the summer, SummerSlam, taking place in Cleveland, Ohio in August. Yeah, I don't know the exact date. We still have 2 more PLEs coming up in between now and SummerSlam, which means that there's plenty of unknown storylines that will take place at SummerSlam that haven't even begun yet. But at the same time, there have been a lot of teases as to what may go down at SummerSlam. SummerSlam is known to be WWE's second biggest show of the year, arguably the second. I say SummerSlam is second, although the Royal Rumble is way more fun year by year usually. But forget all that. We are just here to simply predict the match card and what may go down at this year's SummerSlam event in Cleveland, Ohio. And like I said, right now, we are still way too far out to have a certain clue of what's going to happen. I mean, there can be anything. Will there be a match from The Rock? Will we see Roman Reigns at all? There are just so many unanswered questions, but I'm here to at least give us a bridge to find out how we are going to get to WWE's second most important show of the year. I may do a follow-up video because I'm not sure if I want this to be my official match card predictions, because like I said, there are so many unanswered questions in between now, Money in the Bank, and between now, Money in the Bank, and King and Queen of the Ring. So there's so much time left to go in between now and then. But nonetheless, without further ado, let's get to my predictions. First off, we have Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. I think that at some point within the next 2 months, Judgment Day is going to implode. I can't tell you if it's going to be Priest turning on Finn or the entire Judgment Day kicking Damian Priest out. I think that it's most likely that Finn will be the face in this match and that Priest will become driven mad with power, because we've seen the teases of that happening at Backlash when Damian got mad at Finn and JD McDonough. He told them to stand by his side as he raises the World Heavyweight Championship up. I think that was the beginning of this storyline that we're going to see build up even more and more, with the tension building up more and more leading to SummerSlam. Because in that moment, you can look at Finn's face where he was looking at Damian like he did something dirty to him. I know most people assume that Drew McIntyre will be the World Heavyweight Champion going into SummerSlam, maybe defeating Damian Priest at Clash of the Castle. But I'm going to be a little bit different and predict that Priest will still be the World Heavyweight Champion going into SummerSlam. So if Damian Priest will still be the World Heavyweight Champion, in my booking, I say the only way that happens is if he and Drew McIntyre do have their match at Clash of the Castle, but CM Punk cost Drew McIntyre that match. By that point, I would assume that CM Punk and Drew will be 100% healthy and ready to go, which means that the obvious match, my prediction next, will be CM Punk taking on Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. I would even add a stipulation to this match. It doesn't need anything. This has been, without a doubt, the hottest storyline on Monday Night Raw, if not the entire WWE post-WrestleMania. Hell, this storyline is good enough alone, no stipulation, no title, to main event SummerSlam. It could even main event WrestleMania next year. That's how good this storyline has been, and we can tell that it's going to get even more juicy and juicier as time goes on. And I say, we don't wait. We take no chances of waiting till next year's WrestleMania or a Saudi show or whatever they might want to wait for. No, do this match now. You could run it back at another show after. You could run it back 3 times. I don't even care. But you have to bust this one out as soon as possible, and that would be at SummerSlam. But if I were Triple H, if I had the power to book this match, I think that this match should be no disqualification or no holds barred, whatever the case may be. Some type of stipulation in this match. because this is the closest thing to a blood feud that we have currently on WWE TV. I think a match of this magnitude in a stadium like this in Cleveland should be no DQ in some way, have some kind of stipulation added to the match. The Intercontinental Championship. This one is a bit tricky because there are so many top talents on the mid-card level on Monday Night Raw. I have no idea where they're going with this right now, but one thing I will say for certain is that Sami Zayn will still be the Intercontinental Champion come SummerSlam. I think the way to officially pay off Chad Gable turning on Sami Zayn is to have a one-on-one match on a PLE. So I think that they will build this storyline continuously up to SummerSlam. Well, this will be the last big meet-off between these two men. But I think I might just throw in a bonus match. I'm going to say that if it's not Gable, then it will be Sami versus Gunther in a rematch for the IC title, because Gunther doesn't seem too concerned with winning that title back, but he has made hints of it since WrestleMania by referring to the IC title as my championship. So it's entirely possible that he just goes right back into it at SummerSlam. Okay, another really quick one. I'm just going to throw in the tag team championships. Which ones are on Raw? Is it the World or the WWE? I don't remember. I don't care. I'm just going to say whichever titles are on Raw, it will be the Awesome Truth taking on the Creed brothers. I think the Creed brothers are going to team up with Gable, and they will be heels in this case. And in this match, they will take the tag team titles away from the Awesome Truth. But besides that, I don't really have any idea what's going on with the tag division on Raw. I really don't care. Now, despite my seemingly lack of care of the tag divisions on both SmackDown and Raw, there is a tag team match that I could see happening on this show that I would absolutely 100% love to see. A mini version of Bloodline Civil War. I predict that the Usos by SummerSlam will team up once again. They will reunite to take on team of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the Gorillas of Destiny, if that's what they're called in the WWE. That has yet to be seen as of this recording. This could be the beginning of a long-term storyline that may lead into next year's WrestleMania, or who knows, maybe even way further down the line than that. But I say SummerSlam is the beginning where we see the Bloodline Civil War, where we see everything that we've been predicting, that we've been fantasy booking and dreaming of. It will all begin here. The Usos back as baby faces taking on who at this point will be an established evil tag team in the Gorillas of Destiny. Right now, Jimmy Uso is out with an injury. I'm not sure if he will... And I'm not sure if he will be back by SummerSlam, but there are a lot of injuries going into SummerSlam with a lot of stars that I'm just going to ignore besides Rhea Ripley's. So I'm going to say that Jimmy is back by then and that he and Jay will reunite to take on their family. Hell, make this a street fight too. Make this no DQ, whatever the case is, because these two teams can create one of the greatest tag team matches in the history of WWE. Next up, I have the WWE Women's Championship match with Bayley, who will still be champion at this point, taking on new up-and-comer Tiffany Stratton. We've seen Tiffany and Bayley in the triple threat match at Backlash with Naomi, and Tiffany looked absolutely amazing in that match. The fans love her already, that is without a doubt. We've seen it overseas, at the Chamber, at Backlash, in America on SmackDown. So that SummerSlam crowd is going to love her so much that you might have to be careful with this, because the fans might turn on Bayley or whoever goes against Tiffany, because there's something going on with Tiffany that the fans just really love. And it's very understandable as to why, because she's great, which is also why I say if this match takes place, that Tiffany will actually be the one to beat Bayley for that women's championship. And just like the Intercontinental title scene on Raw, on SmackDown, current champion Logan Paul will be walking into SummerSlam in his home state. And there are so many people on the SmackDown side that are considered mid-carders that are actually world title level contenders. And there are a few obvious names that we could see taking on Logan Paul at this show. Most people predict it will be LA Knight getting his moment finally. But with that said, I do predict that Logan Paul will face LA Knight at SummerSlam. But not just LA Knight. I'm going to just throw in a scramble of the top WWE mid-carders on SmackDown. Mid-carders because, like I said, they're not actually mid-carders. They're top-level names that are in the mid-card scene for some reason because they're just so stacked right now. So I'm going to say that we get somewhat of a rematch of WrestleMania with Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and we just throw in LA Knight into the mix. Now we're at the tail end of my match card predictions. To this point, I left off two of the biggest matches I see happening at this event, which now I will get to, and that is the returning Roman Reigns taking on Solo. I say that by this point, they will have Solo get enough victories where a match between him and Roman Reigns would be something that people actually want to see. Because we know that Solo over the last like 6 or 7 months since beating John Cena had that humongous losing streak that officially ended on TV after Backlash. So I say from this point forward, they're going to build Solo to be the monster that he should have always been. And it's been obvious that at this point, Solo's character has been pretty much to be a fake tribal chief. His mannerisms change, the way he talks to Paul Heyman, everything he does resembles him trying to be how Roman Reigns was all of these years. Now, whether the case is that Solo is just taking orders from a higher power, that higher power being The Rock, that has yet to be seen on TV. But as of right now, what it seems like it is that Solo is the one that's building a new bloodline. And without a doubt, Roman Reigns has to come back as a babyface, right? He has to come back to avenge, to save Paul Heyman from this new bloodline that has stressed out Paul, because we've seen Paul at Backlash look at Jey Uso as if he wanted some help. So I say that when Roman returns, it will be him coming back to save Paul from this evil bloodline, maybe even as a tweener. But whatever the case is, it will lead to his eventual humongous babyface turn. The entire bloodline, the original entire bloodline, Roman, Jey, and Jimmy, with Paul Heyman, will reunite eventually. But like I said, it all starts at SummerSlam with the tag team match I mentioned earlier, with Jey and Jimmy taking on the Gorillas of Destiny, and here with Roman Reigns taking on Solo. Rock reveal himself as the one who's been doing this all along could be enough, but I say that we can do that too, but still have Solo win this match. And finally, that brings me to the main event. Who will Cody Rhodes be taking on for the WWE Undisputed Championship? The title is not undisputed, please stop calling it that. The WWE Championship. And there's one clear, obvious answer. It has to be The Rock. Now, obviously, there's a lot of questions. There's just as many questions with the injuries as there is with The Rock, because we don't know if The Rock will be available for SummerSlam. He's doing a billion projects always. So with The Rock, yeah, you never know. But I'm going to just throw it out there and say that The Rock will be available for SummerSlam. We know that Cody versus The Rock is going to happen eventually. It could happen way until next year's WrestleMania. It could happen at Survivor Series, at a Saudi show. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen on a big stage. And the next biggest stage is SummerSlam. and I say that this is your main event. It makes me think that a match this big will be taking place at this show, as if you look at the tickets for the show, it's a full stadium show for the first time since they've been doing these stadium shows year by year in 2021 onward. So for them to finally have the whole stadium opened up with a WrestleMania type environment, I would like to think that they have something humongous planned, something even bigger than Roman Reigns. So I say that that is the thing they have planned. The Rock versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. We got that awkward moment on the Raw after WrestleMania. We know The Rock wants that WWE Championship. I would like to think that they didn't put us through those 10-20 minutes of awkwardness for no reason, right? The match is happening, and I would like to think that it's happening for the WWE Championship. So I can keep on rambling. I'm going to say this is your SummerSlam main event. Okay, folks, that is my 2024 SummerSlam match card predictions. Like I said before, we are still some ways away from this show. So maybe in between now and maybe a month from now, I will make another video with my official predictions as we get closer and figure out if The Rock will be available, who's injured and who's not, and things of that nature. But let me know what you guys think of my predictions. Do you think that some of these are good matches, or do you think my ideas are dumb? Or what do you think is going to happen at this show, regardless of what you think of my predictions? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do your boy a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below, comment down your thoughts and opinions. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see next. Do you like the face cam? Do you like the other edited videos? However you want. I'm new to this. Let me know what you guys think. And until next time, you guys stay smooth.